Hi everyone, I'm Simon, and this is Season 4 of Cyberpunk Red, and I have not learned to properly press button on my tweet deck. So, not tweet deck, Jesus, stream deck. Hi Chumbas, first episode, 4th season. We have been going on strong for a year now. Things are about to escalate in Night City. We have a returning guest today, but we'll let her introduce herself when we get to that. Before we go into introductions, I would just like to thank our sponsors, Artalsorian Games, Magen Press, Found Familiar, and of course Level Up Dice. You can check them all using the links that Prax is posting in chat right now. Oh, and Roll20. I forgot Roll20. That said, last week we had sort of a mini-sode, an interlude. This week we'll cover the rest of the time skip and then get into the thick of it. Without further ado, let's introduce our cast. We'll begin with the person to my right on the overlay, which means we're starting with our guest. Hi Anna, nice to have you back.
Hi, nice to be invited back. Thank you so much. I'm Hanimation Art on Twitter, Hanimation Studios everywhere else, she, her, and I will be returning today as a guest character, Black Cat, a fixer who lives in the building now.
And next is Anino.
Hi everyone, my name is Anino. I use he, him pronouns. And for this campaign, I play a bit player, but the name of Jimenez also uses he, him pronouns.
Next up is Jinx.
Hey. Yeah, same thing. I ran. I play Jinx. Yes, I have stories online. I'm getting feedback from... Anyway, yeah, if you want to see the stories, I'll post a link. And, yeah, there's nothing new today, but it's coming. That's about it.
Next is Chris.
Evening, Chumbas. My name is Chris Geary, and I'm playing Mr. White, aka Dr. Frost, back again for another season. The trauma team surgeon slash guy who knows a couple of guys who know a couple of guys who know a couple of guys. And let's see what kind of mischief we can get into.
And last but certainly not least is Deirdre.
Hey y'all, you know me, I'm at Deirdre Dolan on Twitter, or Praxagorth is me before you see me around on Twitch. I get to play Trins, your friendly neighborhood mechanic who will totally make it go to 11 and is here to make everybody's day better, because your days all need to be sunshine and happiness. Even in the time of the red when, you know, the rain is going to kill us and, you know, just it's horrible out. But we can be happy, people.
Before we do a recap of our last mini-sode, we'll just rewind a little and figure out what happened to Mr. Wife. Mr. Wife.
I have not been shipped yet, no matter how hard you try. So,
wow, that was...
I mean, I thought Mr. White had a very pleasant date with a very nice doctor.
Colleague?
You invited her to your place for real food.
We had dinner. I always eat real food.
I really need more coffee tonight. But Mr. White, after the events of Last Man Standing, you helped dismantle the game, and slowly but surely, sanity came back to Night City. There are still talks of, you know, people settling grudges. Trauma team is, of course, busy trying to mop up a lot of the like lingering cases, to say the least. But Trauma Team let out a press release stating that they will no longer respond to people who were active participants in Last Man Standing. These people would have to deal with other medical companies or hospitals across Night City, but that their Trauma Team card would no longer be of any use to them. Of course, several people did register under a fake name, a fake identity, so those people are sort of slipped through the cracks. But after about 4 days after the event of the last season's finale, the amount of calls, even not just for Team Blue Smoke, but for any of the emergency responders, has decreased significantly. Not that you're out of a job, it's just
back to the normal amount of hectic, and not the like we're working 3 overtime shifts kind of hectic.
Exactly. And the company has also let out an internal memo condemning the actions of those who were part of the team and also played the game. That, of course, includes the our good friend Donald Oliver, who tried to give you the slip.
Well, you know, I gave Donnie a chance to come clean, and he gave me a line, so I needed to make an example of him.
And that is why Reno is not with us tonight.
Yeah, I went to the one person I knew that would be more than happy to discreetly go on a little adventure and bring me back proof that he knew it was from me before he died.
And with that taken care of, and with life somewhat returning to normal for a little while in Night City, we're going to use the same system that we've used last week, Chris. This is basically the gig system that they have in the rulebook.
Okay.
So you can roll a d6, and that will let us know sort of what did you do during that week to earn money? Because yes, you're working for Trauma Team, but a little more specifically, what did you do?
3, whatever that is.
3. Wow, such a nice person. You helped other Trauma Teams with some backup work when they were overloaded. You took additional shifts.
Yeah, we got to make sure that we get all this cleaned up so everything can get back to normal. Some guys got terrible burnout during that.
And for that, you got 200 eddies.
Okay.
Like as a thank you. What would be the other one?
I have one question though, one very important question. The people who gave me money, could they afford to give me money?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this was taken from the Trauma Team payroll. Not
okay.
Not
so
like someone who paid out of pocket and wouldn't be able to afford it.
Because like right now, people like doctors will actually pay out of their own pocket for someone to cover their call time and things like that. So I just wanted to make sure where we were on that.
Yeah, no, in this instance, it's sort of like a an internal I don't want to say project, but like an internal endeavor to help, hey, if you take on more work because of everything that happened, well, guess what? You get paid like per case.
Gotcha.
Of course, a lot of people decided to take up on that offer and actually just botch a lot of cases so that they could be paid a lot of money with as little work as possible, but I figure that is not Frost's case.
I want names. If I find out someone's purposely doing that, I want names.
I'm gonna have to generate that for you in a second.
That's fine. I'm just saying, there's like a few things that this character takes seriously. One of them is his oath.
Can you roll a d6 for the next one?
4.
You, outside of work for a week, you also did some minor free clinic work for locals. Help patch up people left and right. Many that were either, injured due to some element of the game, or some that were just, fell ill in the meantime and couldn't afford anything. They came to the apartment knowing that there were at least a doctor living here. Something tells me that you probably intercepted them before they went all the way up to Carver.
Or maybe I decided to help Carver be a good person.
Oh, okay. That will bring me a question. One of the poor folks who came to see you, would have scrounged up 100 eddies.
I would not have taken any money.
Okay.
Not from somebody who's down, and not for like a free clinic kind of thing. I'd convince Carver that it was good for PR to have a set time and day where he did this thing. Then he could get people who actually had money to come in, rather than just gangers looking for upgrades or bullet wounds being patched. Because remember, I told him I was going to bring him other clients.
Yep.
This is part of that. You got to build a reputation that they can trust you.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of his
Dr. Frankenstein reputation.
Yeah.
I mean,
his less than stellar reputation. And then the third week, so while the rest of the group were out helping a client of Black Cat, can you roll another d6? And we'll see what happened to White.
3 again.
Well, that's taking on some extra work, pulling some extra shifts at the clinic. Not at the clinic, but at the hospital for another 200 eddies.
That's fine. I'm sure that also the team needs to get out and clear their head. So on some of those runs, if they ended early, we'd go somewhere and let Maddie spend some rounds and get it out of the system.
There's a few, gun ranges in Night City.
Oh no, I'm talking about the vehicle weapon.
Oh, slightly different. You have to go outside of town for that.
Yeah, wherever we can get away with that. So.
And that brings us back to the rest of the team. So, one evening, White, you came back home to the apartment building, and you saw a rather disconcerting sight. Rest of the team, what does White see when he arrives at the apartment?
A mess.
Well, no, it's not entirely all a mess. Trins is still dressed up in her like off-white, more cream swing dress with little flowers on it, the black leather jacket that's embroidered, got a big embroidery across it, and the high tops. And she's pulling pieces of a deconstructed, really, really high-end brain dance chair through the elevator. And trying to like negotiate them. And she's kind of like at the same time pushing a guy who's looks like he was bleeding profusely, but now has like duct tape across some wounds. to hold him in place towards the doc's door. And he's got these like elf ears. And she's just like, see, the doc's over there. And we're going to go see him because you're bleeding all over all of my shit.
I'll walk down the hallway into my door and open it and say, sure, come on in and let me find out what the hell happened to you.
He walked towards the bullets instead of away from them. But Jimenez saved him because Jimenez is great.
Of course. When he gets inside,
Jimenez isn't actually with the group.
No.
He bailed and he's now sitting in an ice bath in his room because he's basically covered in bruises from head to toe.
Is your mime makeup like fading and like leaking off?
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wash that off. He was just so tired and sore he needed to numb the pain.
I think if like when Trin says that, she like turns to look and he's not there. She go, oh, you should probably check on Jimenez too because he had some bruises and stuff. And I tried to give him Tylenol for that, but he didn't want any. So maybe you should talk to him.
sure, is
He was also shot too.
Yeah, and he... Does Trins know that?
No, because I think you were... No, you came into the room. He got shot when he first ran into the room. You were hiding under the desk.
Yeah, I don't know that Trins knows that Jimenez actually got shot. But she would say that he, that they were shooting at him. So you should check on him too.
Okay.
Jinx got shot too.
Is Jinx there?
Yeah, she's probably behind him, just poking at the bullet hole like, it'll be fine. I'll just wrap it up, whatever.
No, you're gonna go sit on the table.
But you got him. Take care of him first. Oh,
I don't know him. Get on the table.
okay, fine. She gets on the table.
So, what were you doing? As he starts checking out your wound.
Well, Black Cat called us and she had a job for us, and this guy wanted to go get some, what was it, a harp? And,
yeah, he needed his harp.
Yeah, and he wanted to find a missing person who, maybe it's better she stays missing, but anyway. And,
This was all over a girl?
he cared more about the harp.
You a musician?
Yeah, he's still cradling the harp. But it's not a harp. It's like an electronic weird thing, Taisho Goto. It looks like a mix between a violin and a xylophone. Or a keyboard. I don't know, it's weird. But he's like cradling the thing, and he just nods. And he says, yeah, I am.
Okay. Stay quiet. If I get distracted, I could mess something up. And then I will tend to Jinx. Because that's what I do. Oops, I hit it twice. So 24.
Well, that and that's with surgery, right? You're not going
surgery.
through the small stuff.
I'm going straight for the big thing.
All right.
Stop the blood, the bleeding, the blood, the bleeding, whatever.
So she's stabilized almost immediately because you cannot fail at stabilizing someone. Did you take any critical injuries, Jinx? Okay, then you didn't need anything more. White just needed to clean the wound, stitch it back up, ensure, well, remove the bullet from there.
Mm-hmm.
And
It was just soft tissue? Didn't get anywhere near any organs?
nope. No, since it
Okay.
wasn't a critical injury, it basically didn't.
I'll suture underneath, stitch it up on top. Probably just some Thermobond, topical skin adhesive, and say, don't touch that for a little while. Let it air dry. You can go sit on the couch.
Okay, thanks.
You still didn't tell me what you did, though. Then I'll look over at the other guy and say, and just kind of nod his head, like, get over here.
He's gonna walk to the table. By the way, Jinx, before we go any further, you will start regaining hit points, as many hit points as your body stat for every day of rest. So by the time we finish our other week of downtime, like, you'll be back on your feet.
Yep.
But yeah, Elf moves to the table, puts the harp down, like sets
Where does
it
he put the
against
harp
against a leg of the table,
Okay.
and then he sits on it, the
I'll
table,
move it
not
and
the
lean it
harp.
against the couch.
Okay.
I don't want to end up kicking that thing. It seems to be precious to you.
So what happened was Black Cat said that there was this guy who was having this meeting at the afterlife, and we had to go to the afterlife, which was a lot of fun. Did you know that they're playing some really great, they have some really great bands that play there. It's actually really cool and really nice. So anyways, this dude is there, and he wanted his harp.
Hold that
So
thought
she'll
for a
go to-
second. Just hold that thought. While she's saying this, White just reaches over, like not even looking, grabs one of the bits of duct tape and just yanks it off the dude.
Ah! Why?
Because you walk towards the bullet instead of away from it.
Lay down.
He lies down.
Anyways, so he lost, and then like Trins just kind of boosts herself up on like
The counter?
yeah, the counter.
I mean, this is also my kitchen table. Because
Yeah, so she like boosts herself up on the counter. Not put make she doesn't put her feet on your counter. She's just sitting on it. But she's like, and then so he wanted his heart back, and there was this whole bit about this girl. So we went to her place, found out that she totally bounced on him and ghosted him because whatever. And the people were trying
That's
to kill
rough.
him. He still
why were
doesn't get
people
it.
trying to kill you? He turns to the guy, who he still hasn't been introduced to and doesn't seem to worry about it.
You would notice as you're working on him, because chat reminded me, yeah, his ears aren't normal.
Well, yeah, somebody said he had elf ears
Yeah,
when they described him.
literally.
Yeah.
From very close, you can see that it's synth skin, and that he basically has, implants all over his ears, both
Now-
of them.
Can I tell because of who I am, or can I tell because it was not the highest end?
No, it actually was very well done.
That tells me a lot.
Yeah,
So-
you can tell because you're 6 inches away from his face and he's not moving.
Yeah, and being a surgeon, those kinds
And-
of things
yeah.
come up. So,
He says, we got double crossed on a job.
yeah, who wants to kill you?
Well,
That was the question.
a guy by the name of Watson.
Watson? What does Watson do?
Wasn't his name Wilson? I thought we broke into Wilson's place. Were we supposed to break
Wilson.
into somewhere else?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
sorry, I completely forgot.
Wilson?
It was the wrong guy. No, it's yeah. So the man is called Wilson.
Trouble,
Yeah.
obviously. So, what does Wilson do?
He's
And he's not, like, White isn't even looking at him. He's just talking while he's working.
some mid-level manager at SoftSys. We took a job from a fixer, something very, very simple. Was supposed
Who's
to be.
we?
Oh, myself and Orion.
And
but
the girl who ghosted him.
and yeah, Julie.
All right. So, who's Orion? You're bringing a lot of new players into this.
Oh, my bad. Orion is a guy I met after I managed to get my feet here in Night City.
Where you from?
Oh, LA. And a little bit all over the place, but
Why'd you come here then? LA isn't that much different.
no. But you can make a name for yourself in Night City.
Yeah. Can't do that in LA?
My old band was in LA.
Old bands had creative differences.
Yeah, you can say that. And the
Are
thing
they the
is,
ones that took your hop?
oh, no, that's after. Yeah, so I split with the band and decided to try my chance as a solo act here.
Solo acts don't do very well.
So it seems.
They're kind of a novelty. So tell me, Mr. Hop Player.
Elf.
Yeah, whatever. Why does Wilson want to kill you?
Oh, because we were trying to kill him.
Why were you trying to kill Wilson?
'Cause that was the job.
Why did you let Wilson know you were trying to kill him?
Oh, because I was betrayed by my friends.
Yeah, it was the girl. That's what we
See?
figured out.
Yeah, he doesn't pick good friends. Black Cat would tell you he doesn't pick good friends.
So this girl, Julie, she double-crossed you with Orion or just Julie?
No, she was working with Orion. They decided to take Wilson's. Oh, that he wouldn't. He wouldn't know that they. Yeah. Did you tell him that the things you found on the disposable cell phones? Okay. So yeah, she took up Wilson's offer, and basically, I guess I am a new person in Night City, so they thought it would send a message to our fixer, and
Who's that fixer? That sounds like someone different than Black Cat.
oh yeah, I didn't know that was Orion was dealing with the fixer.
You never heard a name? Not even eavesdropping a little bit with those big pointy ears, and he flicks one of them.
He's a noob.
No, I get that. I'm just trying to ask the questions and jog his memory. It's possible he remembers something that he doesn't know he remembers.
I never asked too much questions. Well, like Jinx said, I'm pretty new at this.
You only do that with people you trust. You don't trust somebody, you ask all the questions. If they don't like it, you leave. You understand?
Yeah, well now I do.
Yeah, I'm obviously not that pleased with him, so.
Can you roll another d10, please?
I got a 10
Um,
on the first bullet.
He did have critical wounds.
yes, he was seriously wounded, but he was patched up. So the thing is I need to check his wounds.
Mm-hmm.
He had a...
I'm taking my time, so I'm going to do a separate roll for each one of them.
Yeah.
Very slow and methodical.
It's the, no, the collapsed lung was the other one.
Oh, I'm not going to start with the collapsed lung. No way.
No. It was the bad guy who...
Oh.
Yeah, no, he had the spinal injury.
Yeah, I wouldn't start with the most serious one. I'd be starting with something
It's
else.
the only one that he has.
Oh, I thought he had multiple bullet wounds.
Well, flavor-wise, yes, but
Well, I would have started with one of those. And based on this, I'm a little irritated with how careless he's been, and I just kind of jab a finger in the bullet wound and wiggle it around a little bit.
it's
like, this is not worth staying quiet for. Do you understand? This can kill you. You're a musician. Why the heck are you trying to kill somebody?
my parents did that type of job before.
And they probably told you stories about people like Johnny Silverhand, didn't they? Rocked you to bed at night.
Oh, no, we were mostly in Europe.
Oh.
I mean, I know of Silverhand because he's known. I know he blew up Night City, but no, I'm not.
That's
I'm not
debatable.
here to try to become the new blower-upper of cities.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
are you
just-
trying to be the new lead singer of Samurai? Because I don't think you're going to get that either.
That's more what I was talking about, was being a well-known musician who also shoots things.
The shooting things was because it's easier in Night City to find that type of job than to find an honest gig as a musician.
Well, that's pretty much the case anywhere. There's not a lot of good paying jobs for a musician, but
No.
everybody needs somebody dead.
Yeah. It's just a shame they don't need music more often than they want someone dead.
Oh, no, they need it. They just can replay it. You can only kill someone once so far. We haven't figured out how to make it happen multiple times yet.
I mean, does it count as killing somebody more than once if you kill their clone?
That is a philosophical question that we can discuss at another time.
Okay. But he kept walking towards the bullets. Like, I went and made sure after he got shot that there would be a way not for him not to get shot again. I did the whole, put up a whole smoke screen and everything. And I killed the guy who shot him, but then he walked towards more bullets.
White will at this point pull out one of his healing stems, and he'll hit Elf with it and then roll him and look at the spinal injury.
Yeah.
You're lucky you're even walking.
I know, for about 6 seconds there during the fight, I couldn't move at all.
Oh, that's good information. You feeling any tingling anywhere? Any numbness? Other than your brain fog?
Oh, a little since you injected the thing.
There's numbness?
Well, I mean, I feel less pain.
Ah, no. I'm talking about like when your foot falls asleep because you sat on it funny. Kind of numbness.
Oh, no, I haven't seen that.
Okay. He'll take the blunt end of the scalpel, and he's gonna gently just drag it across the skin around the wound and up and down the spine to make sure that he can feel things.
He feels each vertebrae.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get to which one is this? It's in the back, roughly at the
Is it neck, mid or lower?
it would be
It's
mid.
like
Mid?
like the L5.
That'd be lower.
Well, L4 then.
No, anything with an L is lower.
Is lumbar. Yeah, his would
yeah,
be
lumbar.
T8.
Yeah.
Or T8. Okay.
Yeah.
Thoracic, yeah.
Okay. So we're on the T8. Gotcha.
Yeah. And the moment you press on it, he just goes like, ow! Ugh,
I see. And do I see where the damage is?
Yeah, basically, the spinal cord itself was not damaged. But just by pressing around and feeling, it's like a bit of the bone around it was chipped.
Okay.
So it can be repaired. It can be healed.
I'll scope and find the chip and get that out, because we don't want that floating around somewhere. The spot that it got chipped off of, does it look jagged? Does the jagged part look like it's facing in a direction that could cause more harm?
No, it would be facing outward.
Okay.
So if anything, it would be very discomforting over time. Uncomfortable over time.
Yeah. So what I'd do is probably lasers, because I've got that. I'm gonna basically take the smooth out that bone after I remove the chip.
All right.
Suction all that out and then patch him up.
Cool. It's the DC 15 surgery check to do all of this.
Okay. Hold still. 20.
You expertly remove the bit, smooth out the bone. Of course, you have to put him under to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would, because you're very
He's gonna
close.
move way too much.
Yeah. So he's gonna be out for about another 4 or 5 hours. He's sleeping on your table. He's going to make a full recovery.
Okay. I'll tuck him in. Put a pillow behind his head. Make sure he's patched up. Take the tape off his eyes. Turn to the other two. How you feeling?
I didn't get shot.
That I kind of figured, based on looking at you, because that dress is not going to hide bloodstains. Nice dress, by the way.
Thank you.
Jinx, how you feeling?
Fine. Thanks, Doc.
Okay. So what's that thing you're dragging in?
Oh, so we totally took Wilson's brain dance chair. It's a really, really nice high-end one, which I could totally retrofit for anything. It's already got the built-in cables and everything. Oh my God, it's so nice. Also, we took his leather office chair because that was dope as fuck.
Okay. So let's take that brain dance chair and refit it for my hard line. And he kind of nods over to the desktop computer that he has over there. That's
Do you want it
hardwired
on
into
this
the wall.
hard line or on? And she kind of stops and looks at Jinx, and then looks at the wall that Mr. Frost and Trins do not talk about.
What?
What?
Sorry, this is Jinx zoned out. What are you guys talking about?
Trying to figure out. No, well, let's. Which one would you recommend? This is more your area than mine.
I mean, we did all the work in the others. Can I talk about it in front of her?
Okay.
Anything I hear stays with me.
Okay, cool. And he's unconscious, so he don't count. And
Yeah.
she kind of like walks by and flicks and jumps off the counter, walks by, flicks one of his ears because he's unconscious and will have absolutely no idea what's going on. And goes, so when we did the whole retrofit to get all the other gear in here, we did a really good job on redoing the wiring, so it actually will hold it won't blow a fuse. I mean, honestly, I'd be slightly concerned about the wiring not that my wiring is bad by any means. My wiring is first rate, and Jimenez has definitely been helping me out with a lot of this stuff. But we did all of the really nice isolating. You've got the extra Faraday cage in there. You've got the extra setup in there. I would put it in there, and then we could just shift things around a little bit. It would fit really nicely, and we could rewire it. It'd be perfect.
Okay. You can put it in there.
Okay, cool. I'm going to get changed and go get the other 3 pieces of it.
Sounds good. I'm going to go find Jimenez. Since
Yeah, he didn't
he's
look good.
bruised and got shot at. Jinx, would you like a hand? Or can you get up on your own?
I'm good.
Okay.
Thanks. Jinx, I'll go like I'm gonna go to my room, apartment.
Oh, and hey, Doc, one last thing.
Mhm.
She'll like say this as she turns away. If my brother comes to you and says that he has electrical burns on his hand from a doorknob, it is his own damn fault, and you should not treat him for it.
I'll just charge him.
I would charge him like triple because he was annoying our hairdresser.
What?
That was my answer, and I fixed it. And she will go downstairs and
I'll just shake his hand really hard and tell him to GTFO.
See, that's what I said. I also maybe turned her door lock into an electromagnet so he might get stuck there.
Wow.
And she'll go get the other pieces of the braindance chair. She'll stop, get changed, get the other piece of the braindance chair and her gear, and then just kind of like go into the back room of the docks and start putting together this fancy setup.
Excellent. So, I think we're cutting over.
Yep. Did you want to go straight to Jimenez, or would you,
I figure there's a couple hours going on there, so it's probably
Yes.
going to need to be like, what is Black Cat and Jimenez doing in those couple hours?
That's what I was going to ask. We know Jimenez is in a bathtub full of ice. We're gonna let him stew in there for a little while longer. Black Cat, once you've come back to your brand new apartment at the 2077 Pondsmith Avenue, what's on your mind? What do you feel like doing after the very hectic job that you just took?
New digs. I'm gonna look for stuff to fill it out, mostly. First, I'm gonna see if I can find out any more information to confirm what we believe to know about the girl who was in the apartment with Elf. But after that, probably just looking for stuff to fill out the new apartment, because that's exciting.
What exactly are you trying to find about this person?
Well, she wasted my time, so if I could find her, that would be great. But I don't know how much information I could possibly...
Unless she took steps to carefully hide her actions, library search would be the basic check. Basically, with library search, it would be, the equivalent in our days of searching through like her Facebook, her LinkedIn, her Twitter, her Instagram, whatever, trying to find out like, okay, did she log in recently? Any like location tags and whatnot. Otherwise, another way that you could try to find her, and I'm trying to get the freaking operator thing, you could try your contacts as a fixer, and that would be with a streetwise check.
I think I will ask my contacts if they have any information or can get any information from what we managed to collect from her apartment.
Okay, so your library search, by the way, will
It's not
not
very
have
good.
yielded anything.
Yeah.
It's, you saw it with the disposable cell phones. She probably took measures not to be traced that easily.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead with Streetwise.
Streetwise is under which one?
Shoot, intelligence, I believe, under the local experts.
Okay.
I might be mistaken. Let me get the reference sheet out. Streetwise.
It's under cool. Well, no, it's under social skills on the
Social.
sheet.
Thank you.
Next to persuasion, human perception, far right hand column,
Okay.
like midway through the page.
Okay. I have to pop it out to find that. Sorry.
You call a few of your contacts, the Triangle team. You try Dax. You try a few other people that you've kept in touch with for business-related stuff, and you find her trace. She is still in Night City. She is currently... Oh, I don't have the map here. Okay, I'll just add it to Roll20 very quickly. But she is currently hiding, of course, in an unfinished resort in the Pacifica Playground. You have the feeling that she's going to try to hop on a method of transportation. You don't know which one, if it's going to be like train, monorail, or just a... Well, actually, it would be train at this point, because monorail wouldn't work. Or maybe a nomad convoy. And probably head to, like, South California. LA, San Diego, and all that.
Are there any nomad convoys in the area, or that would be passing through the area?
That would be the purview of, because I don't think you had nomad contacts.
I don't think so.
So that would be the purview of Jinx, actually.
Okay. I will keep that in mind. I assume Jinx is getting her wounds looked at by the doctor right now.
Well, I mean, we can assume that the wound checking is done. If you want to have that seen right away.
Okay. Sure. I will head up and see if I can find Jinx, and if she is not currently busy.
I'm efficient. You can find her.
Okay.
So you can reach her out with because you're on the group chat now on your agent.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, so I'll send a message and ask if you busy.
Jinx will answer back. No, I'm good. What's up?
Talk ?
Sure. And what's my apartment number? It's Rin that doesn't remember.
It's 7 something.
Okay, I give her 7 something. I give her my apartment number.
I just don't remember which one. I just remember.
Just knock on all the doors. That's fine.
Yeah, it's 7th floor, not the NPC's apartments.
Do we have NPCs on the 7th floor?
No, I think I'm alone.
I think I'm alone now.
Let me check. Actually, Jinx, you're 7th. That's 4th, 2nd, 8th, 3rd, 6th, 4, 1, 1, 6. No, she's the only one that lives on the 7th floor.
So yeah, come on up.
Okay. I will head up to the 7th floor to the specified apartment, which we both completely know, and knock on the door.
Jinx will open it. Yeah, come on in.
She will get in. She will go inside before being greeted or asked to come in.
Oh, okay.
So I come up a little bit short on some of my research, and I thought that maybe you might have more insight into something that I am wondering about. Do you have... There's a seat. I'm gonna sit down here. Is that okay? Yeah. And she sits down.
Yeah.
And so you are nomad, right? You know a little bit about that sort of...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any knowledge of any of your people that will be coming through anytime soon? I have this suspicion that this girl that we were looking for may be trying to hop on the first opportunity out of town, trying to get over to the other coast.
I don't, not off the top of my head, but I know who I can get in touch with to find out.
Great, you get in touch with them, and then you get in touch with me. So we can sort of work together, because I don't like people who waste my time. And, if we got nothing else better to do, we can, go after her, see if she's...
I mean, I don't like people who double-cross people, so...
That too, I mean, sure, loyalty is a thing, I suppose.
And I did get shot, so, I mean, I do technically have a bullet for her.
Right, I assume you got that looked at, so you don't have that bullet anymore.
Oh, yeah, no, the doc took care of it.
Okay, good. He does
good.
that. Right, I'm gonna... You know what? I'm just gonna... You're not doing anything, right?
Oh.
Good, I'll hang out here for a while.
Sure. Do you want some coffee?
Oh, yeah, coffee sounds great.
Cool. Jinx will go make a pot of coffee. And scrounge out some... I think she has cookies or snacks or something lying around.
Pringles.
Huh?
I said Pringles.
Yep.
Pringles and coffee.
Pringles and coffee. There you go.
Very high class.
Very. Oh, Jesus Christ.
The hell do you think I snack on? I'm a high-class individual.
Nice.
So, Jinx will call up Danvers in the Harpies.
Oh, hey, who's that?
It's Jinx.
New phone, who dis?
Oh, Jesus. Jinx!
Hey, girl. I haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah. I got a question for you. Any convoys coming through?
I haven't kept abreast of a lot of things that came in and out. We're sort of stuck in sedentary mode for now. There's always some or one or another coming through. I mean, are you looking for something? For someone?
Yeah, a person who's trying to escape.
Oh. Well, they'll probably want to be smuggled out of Night City. I mean, the Aldecaldos pretty much have the whole place on lockdown. No one goes in or out of Night City or the surrounding area without one of the Aldecaldos knowing about them. Not that they're gonna do anything, but they keep tabs on just about everyone.
Okay, and are you on talking terms with them?
Not really. It's Harpies. We used to belong to a different clan, and coming to Night City, there was just the three of us. It's not that big a deal, but so long as you keep your head down and don't try to piss on their territory, you're good. And we've mostly been trying to boost our influence without needing to bend the knee to the Kados.
Yeah, that makes two of us. I mean, you got a head start. You're 3. I'm a lone wolf. But anyway. Can you try and maybe talk to them?
Yeah, but I'll need more information on who you're looking for and all that.
Yeah, I can send you that.
Okay, yeah, I can try to get in touch with them. I mean, I will get in touch with them, I just don't know if they're gonna give me anything. But, yeah, sure.
I mean, technically, I just need to know if a convoy's on its way. Or if somebody's smuggling, or... is something going out? That's all I need to know.
Well, I'm fairly certain that stuff is always going out.
My brain's not working. Okay, somebody who's willing to smuggle out a human.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll look into that.
Okay, thanks. You can save this number. It's my new number. Again.
Will do. It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, we gotta hang out. Like catch up.
Yeah, well, whenever you have time, you know.
Sure.
And she hangs up.
I'll look at Black Cat and I'll be like, well, we should get some info in a little while.
Okay, great. In the meantime, you got any, like, games and anything to do around here? I got nothing in my place.
Well, I got the TV. I don't got any games, but I mean, we could watch some TV.
Okay, great. That works.
Cool.
What's on?
Let's see. Oh, and I also, you might, do you like death races?
Sure.
Sweet. I'm gonna show her all the clips from the death race.
Woo.
Oh, for a second there, I thought you were going to take her to a death race as you and have her ride shotgun this time.
I mean, if she wants to, I'll take her.
That sounds good to me.
You watch these clips of high-speed pursuits in Night City at night, of various type of vehicles, be it armored RVs, not RVs, sorry, armored trucks, to jacked up pickups, to sports cars, to even motorcycles. And everyone is packing heat. And the moment the races start, people start firing at each other. Some are more into the destruction aspect of the race more than the speed, but it makes for entertaining, if not very deadly, media to consume. It's like watching NASCAR if every car was armed, and you only win because you're the last one.
Perfect. Sounds amazing.
So, yeah. So she shows you a bunch of clips. There's one video of her and Jimenez taking from a dash cam, where he's hanging on for dear life inside the car because the door next to him no longer exists.
Actually, he was door surfing at one point. I don't know if they clipped that, but yeah, he was surfing with the door.
There is a moment of him pulling an old sink from the back seat and just throwing it outside to smash it against the windshield. But I feel like I should ask Nino to detail some of these other exploits from that night.
No, he's tried to black it out of his memory because it was probably the most traumatic experience he had ever experienced.
Oh no, I don't mean Jimenez. I want you to talk about that story. You out of game.
Yeah, it was very violent. There were a lot of headshots involved. Jimenez tried to do the best he could with what he had, but of course he's not very good at firing guns to begin with. So there's only so much that he could do, punching and kicking. But falling buildings, rockets getting fired, explosions. It was very hardcore.
Jinx had a lot of fun. She loved it.
Meanwhile, while you're watching these clips, and Jinx is very giddy next to you as she shows you clip after clip of people getting dismembered, crushed, blown up, we'll pan the camera a floor up into Jimenez's bathroom, where X is enjoying an ice-cold bath. I don't think you enjoy ice-cold baths, but anyway. And in the silence of your apartment, X, you can hear giggling coming from the apartment right under you.
So we'll say that he doesn't actually use his bathtub. He was actually able to afford one of those therapeutic or metal tubs that's freestanding, that can get rolled around and drained pretty easily. But he's sitting in one of those. Head back, bleeding from his shoulder because he did get shot.
And I think, you know, if we look at the timeline, this is about when Mr. White would come to check in on him.
White would knock at the door. Loud.
Yeah, it's open. Everybody just walks in here anyways.
He'll open the door and say, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, just check and make sure that Merc isn't sleeping around here. I don't know.
Okay. He closes the door behind them, briefly scans for Merc.
There's no Merc.
Then, I'm here to check on my patient.
Still alive, can't feel a thing, but that's probably a good feeling right now.
Well, then you won't feel this as he hits you with a stem.
Were those the ones that were custom made by
White? Yeah.
By White?
The body plus +3.
So you immediately heal body +3.
Oh, well, that brings him to 1 point within his max. So,
did you get shot?
just points to his shoulder. It was more of a graze than a actual shot.
Now, when you're done with this, come see me. We make it disappear if you want to disappear, or we make it photo worthy if you want it seen. You tell me what is best for your presence.
No, I don't want to leave a scar.
I didn't think so. So, whenever you're done, you come find me. You want to tell me what happened, though? Because I got some Lord of the Rings motherfucker in my apartment passed out.
I don't know. I just remember coming home from one of the shows, feeling pretty beaten up, and I was about to fall asleep when I was summoned to take along the side mission. It was all pretty hazy. It seemed pretty straightforward. All we needed to do was grab a stupid harp. And then, anyways, I might have told friends that she wasn't very good at intimidating people, and that's when she decided to walk up right to the door while there's a guard standing there and break in, and then immediately accost the guard. And so things just went downhill from there. People got shot because we kind of made an agreement that no witnesses should be around for this little jaunt. And then I might have gotten shot. There was another shootout on the top floor, and well, let's just say that we were missing both your expertise as well as Reno's gunplay. So things got pretty messy.
Sounds like it. No witnesses. Really? That cheesy?
I don't know. That was what the elf wanted, and I think he was just watching too many Die Hard type movies or something.
Yeah, he does not have a clue what he's doing. I made that very clear to him, that he needs to stop acting like he knows what he's doing, because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's not good at the faking it till he makes it kind of thing.
Well, he's not even good at like not getting himself set up. If it wasn't
That's
for
true.
you guys, he'd be dead already. So I just made sure that he knew how dead he would be.
Yeah, he probably needs to bring more than a bow and arrow to the next.
He brought a bow and arrow? I was joking about that Lord of the Rings shit.
No, he has a collapsible bow. He's not a bad shot.
Oh my lord.
Remind you that the bow does as much damage as a very heavy pistol. I'm just saying.
Yeah. And when it's used by a caricature, I have no respect for it.
I know. Imagine if I just started wading into combat wielding nunchucks and wooing like a banshee.
Yeah. No, I can't even imagine that. I don't know who that person would be.
He was
That wouldn't be
overrated.
Carl. So,
Overrated, a little, maybe a little bit over marketed by his legacy, that sort of thing. It's probably better that we.
yeah.
don't
Did you ever
talk
find
about
out who his parents were? I wasn't gonna let him brag about them.
No.
Okay. So that good, huh?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. See, he said something about living all over Europe or something like that. He seems like a poser all the way around. Trust fund, that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Someone should tell him that this isn't Shadowrun or anything like that.
Oh, I was gonna go with Bright, but you know, whatever. I'll when he wakes up, I'll give him I'll remind him of the talking to I gave him. But
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. He seems like he's going to shoot his shot, so to speak.
so did you get paid? Nobody's talking about money. They're talking about chairs that they looted, like some go ganger.
No, certainly not worth our effort. Certainly isn't going to put a dent into that $25,000 fine that I had to pay.
You got here for $25K.
Yeah, that was because of.
That wasn't because of me,
Trins.
was it?
No, that was because of Trins and Fiona. That whole mess.
All right. Well, because if my intervention when they yelled for a medic caused any issue, I will chip in on that. Get my word
No.
on that.
That was fine. I appreciated that. They probably wouldn't have moved this fast if it wasn't for you there.
That went off the rails way too quick.
Yeah.
She's got it out for you. It's not even just personal anymore.
Honestly, it would have just been better if you just got it out of her system there. I feel like swinging a wrench at her face is just going to escalate and make things worse for us down the line.
Well, hopefully.
It's making
she
things
does-
worse for me because I'm the one that's getting punished backstage for it.
Well, that's no good. That changes
No.
our plans.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to bury me right now, so
Okay. Do you need or want anything from me?
I don't think there's anything you can do. Basically, they're just making me go in job after job, putting everybody else over and taking a beating every day, hoping that I would just get up and quit. And
And who are the people that are making that call?
that would be the management.
Would you like me to see if I can do something about that?
No, honestly, I'm thinking of retiring and moving back east.
Oh man, I still want I know Alt disappeared on us, but I still want that plan to happen. You deserve that. You worked for that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know how I'm going to get out of this one this time. So
Can I at least look into what possibilities I have that could help? I won't act on anything without you saying the word.
I think we just gotta let it go. I think outside interference has gotten me into enough trouble at this point.
Okay. But I will tell you this. If Fiona is daft enough to try and bring me into her little vendetta with you, it's not going to end well. I will burn all of NCW down.
Well, she's no longer with NCW. She's signed with GPW.
Oh. That's a bigger target then. I'll burn them down too. Take me longer to save up enough napalm for it, but I'll get it done.
I don't think that's gonna happen. If anything, she's probably gonna go after Trins.
That would be bad too. All right. I won't do anything on your behalf. But you know I don't like trouble that comes to this building. So I will do everything in my power to make sure that doesn't happen.
Now I get it.
I just want you to know that I separate those two. We good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. I don't want any bad feeling. I don't want any, bad feelings coming out of that. If anything were to happen. Not saying it is. But if anything comes here, it'll get taken care of. I won't sit by.
Yeah, no, like I said, I think my time here in Night City is coming to an end.
Well, can you do me a favor and just sit on it for a little bit until I can at least cash in my favor? I know it didn't end up panning out, but I did work it out to get you that audience.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay, just think about it. All right, I'll leave you be. You come see me when you're ready for that for the touch up on your shoulder. I'll make it disappear.
Yeah, sure.
I'll check for Merc again before I leave.
There are no traces of Merc in X's apartment, though his toilet seat is still up.
Okay. I'm gonna go find Merc. I need to shake his hand.
He's in his apartment, lounging on the couch.
I will knock on the door.
Soapin'.
I open the door.
Hey, Doc.
Hey. I gotta ask you something. What happened to your hand?
What happened to my hand?
Yeah. I had rumors that you got yourself hurt.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Show me your palms.
He gets up, takes a swig of beer, puts the bottle down on the coffee table, and walks up to you. He's like, I'm fairly certain nothing bad happened to me, and he shows you both his hands.
No electrical burns?
No electrical burns right now.
I'll shake the hand that Trins told me about and squeeze.
He winces. But just the tiny like eye twitch and like neck muscle that pops out a little.
With the hairdresser again. I will remove this hand.
Look.
I brought her here as a favor.
Doc, I'm just courting the lady.
Well then, I will find out if she wants that. And if the answer is no, I will take off this hand if I hear another word.
Alright, sheesh. Someone talk to my sister.
No, someone's sister talked to me.
Tomato, tomato.
Let's go. Plus, stay the fuck out of X's apartment.
Well, you should stay the fuck out of mine.
For the next month, don't go there. Period.
The X's place?
Yes. Or you'll wake up without legs. Because I know how to turn those off and remove them.
Oh, yeah, no, that wouldn't be.
Because then, you wouldn't be able to get to X's place very easily. And it wouldn't be worth getting off the couch.
Alright, well.
1 month, don't go anywhere near it.
I'm not anyway. Guy ran out of toilet paper, so.
Okay. Now, get back to whatever you were doing. I have more messes to clean up. And I leave.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah, whatever. Did my package show up yet? For Reno?
What we'll do is, we'll have the package show up after, like, the next week of downtime.
Okay.
That we'll do after the break.
Okay.
Because I figure, like, White would have probably ordered it right away as he sent, Reno out.
Oh, definitely.
So, yeah, that's gonna... But I have ideas.
Okay.
So, yeah. On that note, speaking of having ideas, we're gonna take a very short break. We're gonna be back with, well, some more interesting events happening. And for everyone, we have a new break screen. So enjoy. I have collected all of the, or I think I got all of the artwork that was ever commissioned for Cyberpunk. And you'll be able to see them all in a super slideshow during the break. So on that note, thank you everyone for coming. Stick around. We'll be back 5-ish minutes. And we're back. So, that everything you witnessed before break happened over a week ago. There was one more week of quiet before things became... before things got back to their more well, not interesting, but their more worrisome ways that Night City can be. I would like everyone to roll that final d6, then we're gonna go into those certain pieces of information that you all wanted. And we'll go from there. So, 6 for Nino. X, you were asked something very specific this last week. I know things have been rough with the club asking you to come back and take a beating over and over in the last month, but this one, it was a different, it's a viral offer. You decide if you accept it or not, but a young child who's in the hospital, sort of like a Make-A-Wish Foundation type of thing, was crowdfunded because he's an Jimenez fan. And he would have liked to see Jimenez. Is it something that X would want to do?
Yeah, I think he would do it.
So you snag a few pieces of merch, showed up at the hospital, and the kid was ecstatic to see you. It's always a little jarring to have an 8-year-old say the word effing legit. But yes. And you also realize that the child has a bootleg Jimenez action figure. One that is clearly made of the parts from other action figures. Yes.
Is this merch doing? Does this look like merchandise?
Nah.
No. Okay.
No, it's more like a Frankenstein monster made of other wrestler action figures. That was turned into... I mean, even your logo has been, like, Sharpied over the torso.
Oh, okay.
His parents managed to get 300 Eurobucks. If you want to take it.
No, you won't take the money on this one.
Okay. You will learn at the end of the week that the kid is actually in recovery.
Oh, that's nice.
And that, you know, the parents basically sent a message on your garden site saying, you know, that they appreciated you taking time, and that they believe that your appearance actually, you know, helped things.
All right.
For young Billy. If we go onto the nomad side, where's my nomad? Aha. Jinx. This last week was very quiet for you. Until someone rang you up. they needed someone to basically get something from outside of Night City into Night City without being inspected. They can't afford the standard rate, but they would have paid you $200 for it.
Yeah, sure.
All right. It is a heavy package, but not that big. Sort of like this wide by about this high.
Okay, my bike has the compartments for smuggling, so if it fits in there, then obviously that's where she'll put it.
Oh yeah, it would have. And you brought it to the person who was more than happy to receive it. And paid you cash, no questions asked.
Cool.
Trins. Your last week of downtime actually got you to work on some more personal matters. Your brother, Mercutio, needed help with some of his cyberware. It started acting up again.
I told him to just let me replace the whole thing.
He doesn't have the money for new legs.
Yeah, like I was gonna charge him for that shit. I could still replace it and make it better.
He would have still given you, what's up with everyone giving everyone $2,000? $200. Yeah. 200 eddies. To,
She'd take 100 and put 100 back in, like, the grocery fund. But she'd take the 100 and then subtly, like, over the week, put it, like, in his drawer in random places so that he would find it again.
Okay. Ooh. Last week, Carver came knocking at your door, White. Ask him if he could perhaps purchase some of your custom-made designer speed heal. For perfectly legit reasons, he just would rather have something that works, and that works quickly, than, you know, the regular brand of widely available speed heal, which, come to think of it, since he's been barred,
everything's been black market for him.
Yes. So that could also be a way to ensure that his stuff isn't things he, like, stole off of a convoy or something.
How many are you looking for?
I
don't make them in huge batches at a time. I'm not like some sort of drug dealer. I make enough to make sure I can do my job because it's better than what I can get at work.
I have $100. How much can you make for 100? How many can you make for 100?
25% of one.
Oh shit. All right, I'm gonna come
And that's
back.
giving you a deal. That's 20% off. I could get 500 a piece for these off the street from go gangers.
I'll have to review my business model then, White.
Is there something that I can help you with? Is there, like, what is this for? You said it's for perfectly legit reasons. Tell me.
My speed heal stuck is going low. I figure if I start plugging in your stuff, well, if people see that it works better, I can charge a little more and then buy some more off of you if you want. And then, you know, make a profit. You know, a guy's got to live.
No, I understand that. You typically do make a pretty good profit as long as you have people with bullet holes to come to you. Because when they're dying, they really don't get to negotiate too much. So I'll make you a deal.
All right.
I'm not going to take any money now. But I'll give you 6. You come back, I want full price for all 6, plus whatever you're gonna buy. But you need to tell me in advance, so that way I can have enough on hand.
Shit, White, that's, How,
If you don't come back for more, consider it a gift.
Yeah, but how much for all of that? Like
500 apiece for full price. If we make this a regular thing and you give me enough lead time, I'll do 300 apiece for subsequent ones. But consider this like a loan. I'm basically loaning you 3K.
Thanks.
Yep.
I wasn't. Honestly,
you've been doing good work. You let me use your spot to do that free clinic the other day and bring you some good PR, and you didn't fight me on it for once. And I appreciate you seeing eye to eye with me on that.
Trying to turn a new leaf.
No, and I appreciate that. This is my way of saying thank you, which is why if you don't feel like this is the right price point for you, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to have a subsequent purchase, and this is a gift.
I'll
you
try
know, with
to pay
me,
you back.
if I say it's a gift, I'm not going to come knocking later saying, "Hey, remember when I gave you that thing?" I'm not that kind of person. Okay?
You'd make a good kneecapper.
Then I'd have to run after people. I don't run.
All right. Well, do you have them with you right now, or do you want to come by later?
I'll drop them off later.
All right. Well, you have a good day, Doctor.
All right. Take care.
And finally, Black Cat. You were called on the Tuesday afternoon. Someone was looking for a net runner. And not just anyone. You got a call from a member of Netwatch. Netwatch is like Interpol for the internet. They're doing something that needs to be, an investigation that needs to not arouse any suspicions. So they're going through back-end channels. They heard that you as a fixer know of a netrunner. If you can put them in contact with them, they're willing to offer you 300 eddies.
I'm sure I could find a netrunner.
They will, the moment you send them the name of a netrunner, or like their, not location, but like address or phone number, whatever means to get in touch with them, they will transfer you 300 Eurobucks.
Okay. Can I get any insight into why they need this netrunner, or is this all hush-hush?
This is all like need to know basis, and as a civilian, you do not need to know.
Oh, I see how it is. Okay.
But the way the things that they asked about the Netrunner, they are looking into someone who's well versed in governmental architectures.
Okay.
So
I see.
there's probably some sort of corruption case or whatnot at a either in Night City, which could be the case, but it's Netwatch, so it could be anywhere in the world, any government. But they seem to be looking specifically for American.
Okay. Well, I will get them in touch with an American Netrunner.
Dax, if you wanted.
I mean, Dax does good work. I don't know if I want to, give over his information to other people for use, since I like to have him at my beck and call, but I guess one job won't hurt him.
Yeah, Netwatch is not the type of person, unless Dax is exceptional, which, he's not, because we sort of made his character together. He would have been hired in Netwatch, but more often than not, it's just like a freelance contract type of thing.
Okay.
At the end of the week, you would have also received another call. I say end of the week, Thursday night, around between Thursday and Friday at 1 a.m. It's a message that was sent to as many fixers as possible. It looks pretty much like a copy-pasted message. To all known fixers, a night market will take place on the edge of the old bank block in the upper marina. One night only, Saturday to Sunday night. There's going to be, well, as a fixer, like night markets are these giant sort of flea markets where you can find anything legal and illegal in Night City. It lasts a night because, well, they're often busted by the NCPD or by, the corporations from whom they stole their wares.
I would like to forward this information to the group chat and let them all know that this is coming up.
There's other stuff in between going around the overlay. Our next person would be Jimenez. Aside from this appearance that you made this week at the hospital, you also had a promo to shoot. You're muted.
An appearance, a live appearance at the next show.
Yeah, NCW live show on. Actually, it would be on Friday night.
Yeah, it's their. It's a show that they broadcast.
So to set the scene, during that show, you have a few people on stage in the ring. The general manager and president of NCW, Vince Russo, the director of talent relations, Michael Hayes, and the current ace and NCW world champion, Roman Black, are standing in the ring, and they're about to address the crowd and the TV audience, of course, when they are interrupted by a familiar song.
Sorry. Yeah, so Jimenez's original song when he broke into Club Underground, it was Jane by Jefferson Starship.
That we're not allowed to play.
No.
And yeah, coming out of backstage is another group of people dressed in business suits. one of them. Do you want me to describe the others? Do you want to describe them all, or?
It's just his stable. It's Nexus, the
Punch,
other three
Judy.
wrestlers that, Punch, Judy, and Apollo.
Virago's not there?
No, I read Condor out.
Oh, okay. Boop. Never existed.
Yeah.
So yeah, a blue-haired rebel, a tall, tanned, very physically imposing man, dark skin, I should say, not tan, dark skin, and another one who my notes describe him as average wrestler in nomad leathers.
Yeah, that's long hair, scruffy looking.
Mm-hmm. Little briefs, very tight, leather coat, and then of course Jimenez.
Yeah, and Jimenez is wearing a suit as well. He carried out his wrestling boots and he just left them on the corner of the stage. And all week long, he had been hinting that he was going to make a change, as if he was going to retire. And, so the stuff that he mentioned to Mr. White, Dr. Frost, was pretty legit. He was really feeling like it was time to call it quits.
Oh, is the music too loud?
Nope, it's good.
Okay, cool. I'll let you go.
Okay. Yeah, so Jimenez just walks down to the ring. He looks tired. He's limping. He's still feeling pretty hurt. And he climbs into the ring and picks up a microphone. So Roman, Mr. Russo, Mr. Hayes, I apologize for delaying your State of the NCW address. But before you kick off this new era for NCW, I have something to say to all three of you, my peers out back, and the greatest professional wrestling fans in the world, the NCW universe. Roman, today marks the 3rd year anniversary of you winning that NCW World Championship. It's the longest reign in NCW's storied history, longest across all of wrestling, and without a doubt, you're one of the best in our sport today. I've been wrestling almost as long as you, Roman, competing against some of the greatest wrestlers to ever grace the squared circle. Folks will say that I've had a pretty successful career, maybe not as successful as yours, Roman, but it is what it is. If there's any regret that I have about my career, it's just that I've never had a chance to compete for a world title.
Roman at that would take the belt that he has in his hands, swung across his shoulder,
Sure.
take it, and then walk a few steps towards you and just hand you the World Championship belt.
So, Jimenez is just looking at the title for a moment, then he just looks around at the crowd and then just hands it back to Roman. Thank you. You should take this back because in my hands, this is just a belt. It's not an actual title. Folks, the reason why I'm here in this ring tonight is that, you've read it on social media, you've seen what's been going on. But it's time for me to move on to the next stage. And this is really hard for me because, there are two things that I love in life, and professional wrestling is one of them.
Sound familiar?
No, no, it's not found familiar coffee, you dummy. God. There are so many people I owe thanks for making the past 10 years a really great adventure. Not a lot of people get a chance to do what they really love for a living. So thanks to Blackjack Rotunda, who taught me the skills to get started. To Apollo, Punch, and Judy, I know you'll carry Nexus to the top of this company. Dr. Frost, yeah, he's right there in the audience. He was there on my worst night. You guys were all there too, but he saw me every step of the way to the OR. I would point out Trins, my plucky girlfriend who's had my back ever since I arrived here in Night City, but she's not allowed in the building anymore.
There's a camera that shows Trins outside in the parking lot.
But, you know, lastly, all of you, the Night City wrestling fans, I didn't know what I was getting into when signing here. But without a doubt, you're the best fans that we could ever ask for. And every night you bring your heart, your energy to this building and make this the greatest stage to perform on. But for me, it's time to turn the page and start the next chapter in my life. So then he just waves to the crowd and he just puts his microphone down.
There's a stunned silence for about a second before some people begin to clap, some people cheer. There's a few people that, you know, get their like Jimenez either signs or shirts. You know, those that followed you closely on social media and knew that something was going on.
Frost stands up and starts clapping and chanting "effing legit."
Nice. It's under all of that noise that Roman approaches Jimenez. Again, belt on his shoulders, so he's holding it with one hand, and extends his right hand to shake Jimenez.
So that's when Jimenez picks up Roman and delivers his one of his finishers, the Explosion. Just drops him and spikes him straight down onto the canvas with as much impact as he can.
There's a...
And then he just gets up. He just looks pretty pissed. He's just looking down at Roman. And then he signals the rest of Nexus to attack Russo and Hayes, blindside them.
Yeah. Apollo, the biggest of the three, rushes Russo, grabs him by the waist, and basically runs through the ring before dropping him over the ropes. The other two grab Hayes, bring him down the ring, off the ring, into near the announcer's table. The announcers both scurry out as they powerbomb him one after the other. And just as the second one, shoot, what was her name again? Just as Judy finishes her move, out of the other side of the ring comes Apollo, running like a madman, and just jumping and power. How's a power bomb again? So you lift someone up, right?
Yeah, you lift them and slam them down.
Yeah, sorry. So he comes rushing in, lifts Hayes, and just drops him down on the table again.
So Jimenez just looks around and he just picks up his microphone and he just assesses the crowd really quick to see what their reaction is.
Mr. White, what's your reaction?
I'm pulling a Friday. Damn! You got knocked the fuck out.
Jinx and Black Cat in the audience, what would be your reaction?
She's clapping.
This is great.
The rest of the crowd are also cheering all the louder, except for fans of Roman, which there are many.
They're all young voices. They're all the John Cena fans,
Mm-hmm.
like all the kids, 12-year-olds old
Yeah.
and such. So
And they're booing you in a very high-pitched voice.
yeah, I'm okay with that. So Jimenez just picks up the microphone and just looks into the camera and just addresses the crowd. NCW Universe, I'm going to give you the real state of NCW address right here, because Russo and Hayes are plans for NCW are just the same shit, different day. The management likes to think it's counterculture, but folks, they're just as corpo as the next business. This is a $20 million company that should be a $20 billion company. But people like Hayes and Russo are just content to be big fish in small ponds and collect their paychecks every week. As for you, Roman, I don't even dislike you. You're really one of the best out there, but at the end of the day, all you've done is just squandered your influence and your connection with the people of Night City. Instead of elevating this company to the same level as GPW and becoming a legend worthy of your own damn drink at the afterlife, you're just as complicit in preserving the ambitionless status quo. So Nexus, we're just done being consummate professionals, because there's one thing I learned here in Night City, and that lesson is that we've got to take what's rightfully ours. So here's your state of the NCW address. Nexus is going to raise hell around here until we're getting booked and paid like the superstars that we are. And rest assured, folks, this show will never, ever be the same again. And he just chucks his microphone and leads Nexus out of the ring and through the crowd.
Frost will do his best to try and get an effing legit chant going in the crowd.
Yeah. During the chant, Jimenez Nexus, you're leaving proudly the arena, and Punch would sort of hang back just a little as the rest of the group is leaving. Someone in the audience hands him a folding chair, and he just rushes back to hit Russo across the face as Russo's getting back up. And then he also leaves. Russo falls flat. Hayes is dazed and confused on the table. Roman is slowly getting back up. But by the time things are, quote, back to normal in the ring, you and Nexus have already exited the room. I'm going to ask you to roll, please. Charismatic Impact. Ooh, 10. You turn a lot of Roman fans into yours that night. There's been, rightfully so, among the fan base of NCW, this sort of growing resentment for the present formula. And you and Nexus are probably providing now the shake-up that a lot of people have grumbled about, but haven't done anything. Later, the whole group that Friday night would hang out at the Forlorn Hope, toasting to Jimenez's, well, strange retirement, I guess. During that night, Jinx, you would receive a text message from Danvers. It's now been about 5-6 days since the since your request, and she says, Jinx, I have bad news. The message reads. There's a circuit of transport, human smuggling outside of Night City. It's just not what people think it is. Your friend, or whoever she is, she's about to get picked up by the Roffen Shiv. And from what I've managed to learn, this whole operation is the start of a some sort of messed up slave trade. So they haven't picked her up yet, but they've been doing shit around Night City, and I just don't understand why the Aldecaldos haven't done anything. This is very weird. I don't like this. And that's her message.
I'll write back to her and say, yeah, okay. Keep an eye on it, but be careful. That's it.
If you're all alright, we would skip over to the other night, the night market. Unless anyone had anything to finish between Friday night and Saturday during the day, let me know. Otherwise, we'll skip on over.
I'll give the info to Black Cat.
Okay. Saturday night, you make your way north past Little China. Probably not through the hot zone because you don't want to get sick as you go to the night market. When you reach the place at long last, it is hidden through a network of alleys and terraces that have been sort of commandeered for the night. Stalls, tents, others just have, you know, a carpet set down on the street with like a few of their wares, like rifles and gun parts, and then just crates of clearly stolen equipment. Many of them still bearing the logo of the corp it used to belong to. There's a lot of people there. A few that you actually, well, some of you, maybe not Black Cat, would recognize. One of them is none other than your old friend, Connie. Constantine.
Oh, Connie's here. All right.
Yeah. He's looking into
Is he buying or selling?
buying.
Ah,
He's looking into skill chips for the most part. Looking at
looking for the easy way out? Or you're buying for somebody?
I'm actually thinking buying for myself. Well, looking, and he like puts a hand up at the vendor as he says that to all of you. Been thinking of maybe getting a chip installed.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of looking for what there is. I figure I should pick up a few self-defense classes.
Okay.
Easier to slot the chip in.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure that it's high quality, and if you need your cyberware looked at, I know a guy.
Cool. I'll keep that in mind too.
Would Jinx have said anything about the people smuggling?
She will, but she probably will look into one thing before.
So not yet, then? Trying to figure out the timeline, because we jumped ahead.
Yeah. Okay, if we can say that she looked into what she wanted to look into, then yeah, she would have probably told. She would have mentioned it to the doc.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's up to Simon. Oh, sorry, not hit my microphone. Sorry about that. What say you?
About what?
It's up to you whether or not Jinx can do her other looking up of things before the night market or not.
Oh, yeah, we could. Definitely.
So if I know about it before this point, I'm gonna bring it up with Connie. Connie's been a smuggler for a long time. He doesn't smuggle people, but he knows a lot of stuff. I'm gonna ask him what he knows.
Not in here. Too many people listening. And he
Okay.
looks around nervously.
That's fine. What chip were you looking at over there?
Oh, rifles.
Shoulder arms?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, thinking of, you know, enforcing my stand your ground law.
Gotcha. Turn to the vendor and be like, how much?
Vendor says, let me check the notes. Burp. 600.
I think you can do better than that. I mean, come on. Does he look like he's got 600 on him?
I mean, his jacket's probably worth that alone.
Yeah, which is why he doesn't have 600 on him. You haven't seen those people that come up blustering? They look all Billy badass, like they know everybody and they do all the things. But they spend all their money on their look.
I can do 5. But that's about the price I paid to get the chip in the first place. And get it clean from all the gunk that was on it.
You need a better buyer, or a better wholesaler.
Oh, look, you take it or you leave it.
Tell you what. I'll give you 400 right now, and you'll get 2 more chips from an associate of mine in a week. Half the price that you paid for these.
What kind of chip you're talking about?
Oh, they'll be weapon chips.
A week, you say?
A week. All I need is a burner number, so I can give you an address.
I want a way to reach you, too.
Okay.
So that I have a guarantee you're not trying to rip me off.
I give him the number that I give to strangers for Mr. White.
Okay.
Anybody who I've worked with before will recognize that number. If you want to ask around, tell them that you have a deal with Mr. White. And he hands him $400. And then hands the chip over to Connie. It better be worth it. Whatever you know. Buddy.
Oh, how about I
Same
call you
place?
tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll catch up. Same place that we always do.
All right.
Take care. And I hope you don't mind a little roasting. It's always fun to play hard.
Are you saying that to Connie or to the vendor?
To Connie,
Okay.
when I was talking smack about his jacket and not having any money.
No, you weren't too far off the mark on that one.
Well, you didn't come back strong. I don't know why you keep holding back. Somebody else leaning on you?
No, just trying to take it a day at a time.
You still a little shook by that whole explosion?
You could say that. Look,
Well,
I...
Didn't kill any of us.
No, but... It's fun not to wonder if today's gonna be your last day, you know? I got my anxiety under control.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sort of... I keep a foot in the game, but a foot out.
Okay.
Try to live my life like a normal, upstanding citizen.
You trying to go legit?
No, just less present.
Okay. That's fair. I will keep my name or your name out my mouth unless it's absolutely necessary.
Good enough.
Talk to you tomorrow.
And he will wave everyone as he leaves the night market. You can, spread out, stick together. There's just about anything that can be found, whether it is weaponry, armors, tools, even cyberware. The only thing is that there's no one to install it. So, like, if you're looking for, I don't know, a brand new cyber eye, like, someone probably has one. But they don't have any Ripper docs on site because that would be, one, unsanitary. And two, you don't want to be under when the cops come in to bust the place out.
It's fair, but you said that there isn't one on site. I feel insulted.
Are you really going to just decide to perform
No, I'm not.
cyberware surgery?
No, I'm not.
Night market.
I just don't want to be overlooked. I'm a little vulnerable tonight.
You
That's all.
don't have a stall, White.
No, but I got my go bag.
And if we took the RV, there's a full
Oh.
kit in the RV.
That's
Yeah,
true.
but the RV doesn't go in the night market because it's too
No.
packed too close.
Yeah.
But you could open like a temporary like cyberware
I'm
install
not going to try and
clinic.
make money off of that right now. No.
Is Dr. Frost really going to just say, hey, why don't you come over with me to our armored van and, I'll perform some surgery on you.
Simon was talking to the group like they don't have access to a dock.
No, I'm talking the general people that
Oh.
are wandering the night market.
It made it sound like you were telling the group, like, well, if you buy this, you're not going to be able to install it. And I'm like, the fuck they aren't.
No. And of course, Black Cat being there, because items are restricted to how rare they are, but with Black Cat here and her connections, you can get anything up to a super luxurious item. As in, if you wanted to buy a yacht, you probably could. Might be secondhand, might still have the body of the original owner in it, but you know.
Did anyone steal the gold toilet? Because if the gold toilet's there, it would be worth it.
So, is there anything that you are looking for in particular, or just browsing in general?
I think Jimenez might just walk with trends and just see what she ends up shopping for, picking up.
Trends is been to many a night market. She grew up in Night City, and she's like, oh, I have so many lists of projects that are going to go on, and like she has a descending order of things that she wants to do. But so she's just like, this is shopping day. And I think Jimenez would be surprised at like how almost 180 her personality becomes. It's like she's like that Italian lady who walks into a market and knows all the people, but also knows the best way to negotiate and is hyper focused and is still nice and polite and bubbly because she's trends, but at the same time she's like not taking any shit, and she's just gonna go and get as much crap as she can. It's like, ooh, okay, so I've taken that case and that case and that case, and those armor plating, those not worth it. You know that they're not worth it, and I'm not paying that price, but you're gonna give me a good price, right? She's like just making a swath through the space, getting as much as she can.
Is there anything that she's like, if you have a shopping list, what is it that you're looking for? What's your number one item?
She wants to fully rebuild Merc's legs, so she'd need some the set for the prosthetics that she could rebuild from that. She wants to redo she wants to reset the security in the building, so she's looking for additional plating that can be drop down plating from the she was inspired from the break-in at Wilson to picking up Wilson, and she wants to see about getting like actual roll down doors for the building, but she's going to be smart enough and make them armor plated instead of just like the cheap ones that are from a mall. She's looking to beef up the security of everything. Also, she wants to see about getting a much bigger gun for the RV. Like, she kind of wants to put a 50 cal on it.
Okay.
Not a railgun?
The problem with the railgun is that... Okay, full disclosure, the problem with the railgun is that it gets really loud in an enclosed space, and you can actually cause serious permanent damage. And the shot out of the casings afterwards, if you don't have somebody who actually knows what they're doing and can avoid them, you can get seriously badly burned and injured by standing next to the casings coming off a railgun.
I'm sorry, I was just watching and Hannah's just nodding sagely. Like, yeah, that totally happened to me. Been there.
Don't you hate it when you burn your hand on your railgun?
It's just the worst.
We're not talking like your hand. You have to remember that the shell casings for a railgun are between 4 to 6 inches long, and they will take out your arm or your head.
Mm-hmm.
While she is doing all this shopping, Jimenez is actually looking for a wagon dolly, because there's no way he's just going to carry all of this.
You would also notice that Trins is not asking you to carry any of it. It's like this assumption that she's just picking things up and carrying them with her, putting them in pockets in random places, and she would occasionally like point something out that's like, oh, I think that would work really good. Do you know, maybe if we rework the lighting on your Kia, then we can actually get it. If I get it right, we can actually auto sync it to your when we auto sync it to your music, we can actually get it to start spending additional messages, like I did on your thing. Also, I need a new bedazzler, and she kind of turns and looks at a guy.
So he never actually got a chance to wear the gear because of the way things broke down. Right. So he's just gonna say, well, "What gear?"
Oh, right. Shh. Surprise! Don't worry, it's a total surprise. You don't know nothing. It's great.
Right.
I did something. I made it pretty. That's all.
I have no words.
Mrs. B helped me.
But I paid Mrs. B to resize all of it.
Yeah, she resized it, and then we added a little more touches because we thought it needed a little bit more statement.
Well, okay, but that was really expensive.
It works perfectly fine. Not like it changed anything.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Just looks around. All right. So anyway, what else are we getting?
You pass by a... There is a tent that was set up, like at the back end of an alley. I don't know if the whole group is together at this point or not, but if you are, here's the description. It's a circular white and red striped tent. It looks like a mini circus tent. And there's an arrow that lights up with little LEDs that points inside, and it's written, it's been spray painted, so whatever was written originally on it has long been sort of painted over and hidden, and painted over that is written Ozub's Spray and Pray. It seems to be a weapons dealer.
Well, that was certainly not what I would imagine it would be first glance, but sure.
Do you think they'd have the 50 cal we can put on the truck? Probably.
A voice comes from inside the tent. Oh, I heard a 50 cal. I heard 50 cal. Do I hear a 51 cal? Do I have a 51 cal? We have 50 cal once, 50 cal twice, 50 cal 3 times sold to the lady. And there's this massive man that comes out of the tent. He has to bend down. His red hair is wild over his head. His face has been painted white. And he's wearing a Kevlar armor with an assault rifle slung around his shoulder. Camo pants with a giant knife next to one side. And a pistol on the other hip. He has combat boots and gloves that you notice are equipped with something similar to the big knucks that Reno has. But the most striking feature of this man is the big-ass red grenade in place of his nose. And that's where we're gonna end tonight's game.
Sorry, can Jimenez just make one comment?
I'm fairly certain that, yeah.
Yeah, it's oh, look, it's Rambo McDonald.
gonna add that to his aliases. But yes, we're gonna stop there for the night, finish this night market next week. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. I know this was a slow start, but the threads of what is about to of what's going to unfold this season have already begun to be picked at. So that's very interesting. Next week, by the way, for the players, I know White, you had still stuff to do at the night market. Anyway, we're gonna start back at the night market, so everyone will have their little thing. What we're probably going to do, however, just for the sake of it, players, is outside the game. Like, we'll do all the math of like going through your money and blah 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 and purchasing what you need to purchase, so that we can just focus on roleplay next week. How does that sound? Cool beans. So, thanks everyone for coming tonight. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to Magen Press. Thank you to Found Familiar, to Roll20. Thank you so much to Art Alsorian Games for making this game possible. Thank you, players, for coming. Thank you, Anna, for agreeing to come a guest at the very last second.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Let's do outros. We'll do the same order as we did the intros. So we'll start with Anna, then Anino, Rin, Chris, and Deirdre.
Okay, I'm Hannah, Hanimation Art on Twitter, Hanimation Studios everywhere else, Instagram and Facebook. And thank you guys for having me. And, you know, I had a lot of fun.
Anino?
Hey everyone, my name's Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. See what's coming up. Tomorrow we'll hopefully have our Scion game. Been really looking forward to that. See what kind of trouble that Anna and I get into there. It's a whole nother level, so to speak. And then Sunday should be appearing on the Other Doc channel for another episode of Ghost of Saltma. So yeah, stay tuned for that at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I think that's it. Just continue to watch on Twitter for anything else that might be coming up.
Jinx.
Hey, I'm Ren. I'm just gonna be here next Friday. Otherwise, at Heaven's Night on Twitter. That's about it. I have a cat. She won't leave me alone, but I love her. Yeah, that's it.
Chris, where can we find you on the internet?
Hey everybody, I'm Chris Geary. You can find me on Twitter at Chris Geary. You can find me here on Fridays, and you can find me every other week on Action Fiction for the Falkenstein Affair, where I host a lovely cast of 5 femmes who are working the politics of Constantinople in the name of the people.
And lastly, Deirdre, where can we find you?
Oh, thank you all for this. Was a lot of fun. Thank you. And as for me, hey y'all, you know me. I'm at Deirdre on Twitter, Praxagorth Esmiaphores, see me around on Twitch. And next up, you can find me and someone else on this screen. I believe he that way on Sunday over on my channel for the premiere of The Romance of the Blue Rose. Also want to give a major shout out to Simon. Thank you so much for that trailer that you put together. That is absolutely totally epic. And then you can find me on Wednesday over on my channel for episode 2 of Witcher Roads Home, where we are doing a very intimate look at Witchers in the Golden Age. And so many secrets have been dropped in like the first episode, and we have more to come, y'all. So much more secrets. But other than that, follow me on Twitter because I always post where I'm going to be. All the wonderful, fun, fabulous folks I get to hang out with, like these fine people here. All of them all of them. And I'll catch you next week.
And I am Simon at Wandering DM. Tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m. at on Level Up TTV's channel, we're gonna be picking back up for our Cyan game after a slightly extended holiday hiatus. Things are not looking good for the Godlings as they are facing the big bad. Then on Sunday is the premiere, like Deirdre said, on Praxagorathus Mephorea's channel of Blue Rose, Romance of the Blue Rose at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then on Monday we are back for some Rime of the Frost Maiden here. On Wednesday, now that I can announce it, is Cyberpunk Phoenix, so sort of the sister show to this one, because they both take place in the same universe. And fans of Red might see some things happening in Phoenix, and fans of Phoenix might see some things happening in Red. That said, I believe that this is all... no, that is not true. On Thursday, another Cyberpunk game. On Sirenscape Twitch channel, if you follow their social media, or Talsorian social media, I am producing a... high-budget show of Cyberpunk Red. So I will not be the GM. I'll be behind the scenes, but you should definitely come watch the incredible cast that we have. We have Phil, the GM from Baby Beard Media, and then our cast include Kelly, the Opera Geek, Tanya, Cypher of Tyr, Gabe from Gabe James Games, and Sarah from Mustang's Art. So you should definitely come take a look. That'll be at 8 p.m. on Thursday night. On that note, thank you everyone for coming. And have a good night. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.